So if you are an author and you get reviewer feedback, my advice to you, and I just did this morning, I had a colleague, a former PhD student from MDI who now teaches at NIBM in Pune, had sent a case study to the NACRA conference, and he got back the reviews, and he was basically completely shattered because the reviewers were brutal. You know, this person has spent an entire PhD doing this case study, you know, several months of work, and they were like dismissing too much jargon, you know, abbreviations are not explained, blah, blah. And he read that and he basically was devastated. And I sent him, you know, I called him up and said, this is normal. This is the US, this is the peer review process. Your case has been accepted. It's success. You're going to the conference in Boston in October. So don't worry about the details of what the reviewers have said. Put it in a drawer. A week later, your feelings won't be hurting so much. And then you can see it for what it is. It is meant to help you improve your work. You're trying to get your case to the US audience. If you wanted to go to that audience, these people, even though they seem like they've torn apart your work, are trying to help you reach other people like them. And you can use that information to improve the case before October when you go to the conference and present it, because this is valuable. So don't take it personally. It is very brutal. It hurts when it first comes, and it hurts everybody. Not because this person is particularly delicate or something. You know, we spend months studying things, and then a person reads it in 3 hours and condemns it. It's not fair. But if you remember that that's the audience you're writing for, then it becomes easier to accept. So for the first week after you get the review, read it, put it in the drawer, and go do something that's fun. And come back a week later, then you've gotten used to that brutality. You can read it with the perspective of objective distance, revise your case, and then go forward, because the goal is to publish it. And the reviewers are the gatekeepers. Their job is to be gatekeepers. So we reject 70% of the cases that come to Emerald. And when I recruited a few new reviewers after coming to India, many of them sat on the reviews because they don't want to be sending negative reviews. And they said, oh, we found all these problems with the case, but I don't want to write that for somebody. You know, what should I do? I said, please write it, it's helpful. We are all adults. If somebody tells you this is not right, this will be better, we're big enough to take it. We can revise based on honest feedback. You should appreciate people who respect you enough to give you honest feedback. Now, as an author, what do you do with reviewer comments? If 2 reviewers are taking you in different directions, it's still your work. It is, remember I said devotion? You care about this, that's why you're doing it. It's your perspective on the world. So what do you want to do if the reviewer tries to take you in a direction that you don't want to go in? You just acknowledge that. So if the reviewer has given you 10 comments, 7 of them you might want to change. The other 3 you might think, well, the reviewer just didn't understand what I was trying to do. So you educate the reviewer. In your resubmission, you write a letter, cover letter that says, the reviewer asked me to bring in social entrepreneurship theory into this case. But social entrepreneurship theory doesn't apply to my case. It's really more about community building, and that's the theory I want to stay with, so I'm not going to modify that, and give reasons for it. Or if the reviewer says, you know, this data is inadequate, the sample size is too small, or the studies, then you go back and say, you know, I'm dealing with a company where there are only 50 employees. Of the 50, I spoke to 30. That's not a small sample size given the background. You know, so you give methodological defenses. All the references I gave you on good case research, reliability, validity, construct validity, are for you to justify and for you to do your research based on good research methodology and good research design, so that when reviewers' comments come, you can defend your research and say, this is reliable, this is valid, and here's why, let me explain it to you. So You don't have to take on board 100% of what the reviewers ask you to do. You only take on board what makes sense, because you know your work better than anybody else. Sometimes the reviewer is not from your field. Sometimes they're not from your country. Sometimes they're from a different background. So you can see that in the review. The worst thing you can do is ignore the reviewer's comment. Because see, they've given part of their time to read your case carefully and give you feedback. If they've given you 10 comments, you make 5 changes and you don't do anything about the 5. Next time it goes to them, they're going to say, did they even read what I asked them to do? They'll just send you those comments again. So the editor will then say, okay, I'm rejecting it. But if you address it, say, I heard you. It's important for people to be heard, especially if they're volunteering their time to read your work. Say, I heard you, this is the change you want me to do, and here's why I'm not prepared to do it. Then it's okay. Reviewers are reasonable people. They will read that, they will understand. And they'll back off and say, that was just a suggestion. They're not dictating it to you to insist on doing it. They're making suggestions.